Double standards. Men versus women. Double standards are something all men are used to. It's a disheartening reality that surfaces in many aspects of our lives. Consider this. When you confide in a friend that you've recently ended a relationship, their initial response often carries a loaded question: what did you do? You might assert that you didn't do anything wrong, only to be met with a skeptical, probing gaze that implies, "Are you sure?" Or let's take another example, one that's far more troubling. Picture this. You describe an incident where a glass bottle was hurled at you in a fit of anger. Your friends, acquaintances, or even the authorities might inquire, "What did you do to deserve that?" This kind of presumption, where the man is instantly seen as the troublemaker, is one of the many reasons why I and numerous other men have taken a deliberate step back from the dating scene. It's a harsh reality we've learned to grapple with, the presumption of guilt that clings to us, especially when domestic violence is involved. In far too many cases, should such an unfortunate situation arise, the default response from law enforcement is to treat the man as the perpetrator. They swoop in, slap on the handcuffs, and escort him off to jail. It's as if they've been hardwired to believe that men are somehow predisposed to wrongdoing in such situations. Even in public altercations, the script seems to follow a similarly unfair narrative. If a woman strikes a man, bystanders often find humor in it, not realizing that violence, regardless of the perpetrator's gender, is never a laughing matter. But should the man dare to defend himself, a peculiar double standard arises. Suddenly, people either rush in to save the woman or condemn the man for daring to raise a hand in self-defense. "How dare you hit her, she's a woman," they cry out. I once witnessed a video that encapsulated this exact scenario, and when the man merely raised his hand to shield himself from harm, the surrounding crowd echoed with disapproval, warning him, "Don't you dare lay a finger on her." It's experiences like these that stack up, leading to the poignant realization that the world often operates under a skewed set of expectations and biases. This is just one facet of the broader dilemma that's causing many of us men to throw in the towel when it comes to dating landscape for men. In essence, when we contemplate why so many men have distanced themselves from the dating scene, the answer often boils down to a simple question: what's in it for us? It's a query we've been forced to ponder, as the perceived benefits of dating seem to pale in comparison to the potential drawbacks. The truth is, we don't necessarily require a romantic relationship to achieve happiness or fulfillment. In fact, more often than not, we find ourselves content and at peace outside the confines of a relationship, while the prospect of being in one can appear daunting and even disheartening. It's a cost-benefit analysis that leaves us wondering whether the effort we put into dating is truly worth the seemingly scarce, if not entirely absent, rewards. Now, let's pause for a moment and address the elephant in the room. Actions. They have this uncanny knack for speaking louder than mere words. If his deeds convey anything other than an earnest intent for a committed relationship, well, the writing is on the wall. Pay heed, for it's a cardinal rule. Sleeping with a man does not, I repeat, does not signify that you're in a relationship, be it serious or of any other shade. It merely signifies that the two of you are having a physical encounter. Most men, in fact, the vast majority, do not entertain the notion of anything serious with a promiscuous woman. In plain speak, a woman with a high body count might as well be wearing a neon sign that reads "not wifey material." Men don't aspire to wed a lady who's seen more action than an action hero. Divorce for men. Now, let's tackle the often dreaded subject of divorce. Speak with any divorced dad, and you'll quickly grasp why many guys are steering clear of anything remotely resembling a serious relationship with any woman. The horrors that unfold in the courtrooms when relationships turn asunder are truly nightmarish for men. The injustices they face can be soul-crushing. Knowledge is power, and knowing the sort of abyss men can plummet into post-divorce, it's prudent to keep things light and easy, replete with a revolving door of bedroom acquaintances, as opposed to embarking on a romantic journey that could end with you losing your house, your kids, and half of your hard-earned $401k. In this modern age, men often find themselves questioning the worth of entering into a relationship with what is deemed a good woman. You see, the thing is, by the time a woman labels herself as good, she's usually gone through quite the roller coaster. She's had her fair share of wild rides with the bad boys, the swaggering types, and the life of the party fellas for a solid decade or so. But as she hits a certain age, perhaps with the biological clock ticking away, she decides to hike up the price tag on her, let's say, well-traveled path, and dubs herself good. However, this doesn't necessarily make her a virtuous woman. A man's psyche, even if she had been the most virtuous and inexperienced lady out there, by the time she enters our lives, we men are typically set in our ways. Her presence tends to bring minor improvements, if any, to the well-oiled machinery we've painstakingly assembled. You see, we've constructed our clockwork, and any extra grains of sand tend to disrupt the finely tuned mechanisms we've put in place. So, truth be told, a relationship with her often doesn't add more value to us than what a streetwise drug dealer can get from a group of college-aged girls. We hold our time in high regard, and it's far more economical to pay a visit to a prostitute to avoid any commitments. If you genuinely desire a relationship with a man, it's crucial to get involved early in his life. You can't simply hop onto a moving train of a man and anticipate it to cater to your needs if you haven't contributed to getting it rolling in the first place. It seems that some women view relationships as a final stamp on their life's CV, a closing chapter after exploring various avenues during their prime. They may claim to be good without actually bringing meaningful contributions to our established systems. Frankly, this approach doesn't particularly appeal to us. Now, let's touch on another aspect. Often, women anticipate that men should drop everything and lavish them with adoration while they provide the bare minimum in return. It's akin to dealing with a company that performs so poorly that they only offer you promotions when you are on the verge of leaving. Truly good women are a rare find, and if you find yourself having to make compromises and put up with someone, it doesn't necessarily reflect a genuine connection. And that's it for today on Sigma Traits. Make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so you can be the first to know when my new video drops. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.